You know that moment when you realize you've been holding your breath all day, or when you finally sit down at 9 p.m. and your body just collapses? Like you've been running on fumes and sheer willpower, and now the bill is due. If you've been nodding along to this series thinking, okay, I get it, I'm depleted, but how do I actually live differently? This one's for you. Because understanding neural depletion is one thing, redesigning your life so you stop creating it, that's the work.
Every lesson is a lyric in the universal song. Oh, the lessons of the journey, I'll weave them in my song.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Lessons of the Journey. Coach Nicole here with Coach Jen. This is it, the final episode of the Neural Loads series. In episode 1, we named What's Happening, what neural depletion is, that invisible bill that comes due after every decision, every performance, every time you swallow what you really wanted to say. In episode 2, we talked about coming back online, the biology, the boundaries, the breathing room you need to recover. Today, we're talking about sustainable design. Sounds so good. Not self-care band-aids, not weekend resets that fall apart by Tuesday. We've all been there. We're talking about building a life where depletion is the exception, not the operating system. Welcome to episode 3, Designing a Life that Keeps You Online.
That sounds nice, not losing my shit like every afternoon. Yeah. So most of us didn't design our lives. We assembled them from all the shoulds, the emergencies, and other people's expectations. Then we wonder why we're exhausted. Your days have architecture, whether you choose it or not. The question is, does that architecture support a human nervous system, or does it drain it? Think of your week like a building. Right now, you might be living in a structure with no load-bearing walls. Everything is urgent. Nothing is sacred. And the whole thing is one strong wind away from collapse. So let's start with foundation questions. What are your non-negotiables? Not what you think they should be. What are they actually? For some people, it's 8 hours of sleep. For others, it's morning quiet before the house wakes up. For others, it's not working past 6 p.m. These are not luxuries. They are foundation. Everything else gets built around them, not on top of them.
I love this. This is talking about values. Here's how to identify yours. Look at the last month. When did you feel most yourself? When did you feel most clear? What conditions made that possible? Now look at when you felt most depleted, most resentful, most offline. What patterns do you see? Your nervous system is giving you data. Most of us override it with willpower, but willpower is expensive and it runs out. Design is cheaper. Design lasts.
Yes.
So take those non-negotiables and put them on your calendar first, not last. Your sleep windows, your movement time, your transition buffers, your white space. Everything else, meetings, projects, social obligations, get scheduled around those, not instead of them. Now, this might sound radical. Well, it is, because we've been taught that productive people fill every gap. Neuroscience says the opposite. Sustainable people protect the gaps.
Ooh.
We've only been taught this because it's what we observe. Nobody actually teaches you how to architect your life. I love this concept.
That gave me goosebumps. It's brilliant. It's also terrifying because that means that I'm in charge.
Can't blame anybody else now, can ya?
So let's talk about the 3 types of energy leaks. Where does your energy actually go? Not where you think it goes, where it actually goes. There are 3 major categories, and most of us are bleeding from at least 2 of them. Number 1, invisible labor. This is the mental load that doesn't show up on a calendar, but consumes enormous bandwidth. Remembering everybody's schedules, planning meals, tracking who needs what, managing other people's emotions. Hello, motherhood. being the rememberer for an entire household.
Yeah.
Research shows this kind of cognitive labor activates the same brain regions as actual task execution, which means even when you're doing nothing, you're actually working. And here's the kicker. Invisible labor is rarely acknowledged, thanked, or compensated. It just happens. So the first step is making it visible. We're going to do an exercise here. For the next 3 days, track the invisible labor. Not to shame yourself. We're gathering data here. Every time you remember something, plan something, or manage someone else's emotional state, write it down. At the end of 3 days, you'll have a map of where your mental energy is really going. Then ask, what here can be delegated, automated, or simply stopped altogether?
I love that we're having this conversation because I feel like on social media, there's a much larger conversation around moms' neural load and how it affects them and how they need their partner. When you ask your partner, I need help, and they go, what do you need me to do? And you're like, I don't need to tell you what to do. You need to be part of, you know what I mean? That's complaining about the neural load without putting a label on it. So I love that we're having this conversation.
Kind of in general, the invisible labor falls naturally on the women in the household. Even if you are working a full-time job, you are then still also responsible for all of these things. Talk about depletion. Good God.
Yeah, you're right. This is a good conversation around the fact that we need to divide that neural load, talking about delegation.
Yeah.
Such an important thing. The second way that we drain is misaligned commitments. These are the yeses you gave months ago that you're now paying for weekly. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
The committee that sounded meaningful but actually drains you. The friendship that's more obligation than connection. Ooh. The hobby that became a second job. The subscription, the group chat, the recurring meeting that quietly steals your life in 30-minute increments. Most of us think that quitting makes us bad people, but staying in misalignment makes you a tired person. And a tired person can't show up well anywhere, specifically where it matters. Let's normalize this. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to outgrow commitments. You're allowed to say, this worked for past me, but it doesn't work for current me.
Oh, I like it.
So here's your commitment audit. Look at your recurring obligations, the things that show up weekly or monthly. For each one, ask this. Does this align with my current values and priorities? Does this energize me or deplete me? Am I staying out of love or out of guilt?
Ooh, that's a deep one.
If the answer is guilt, you have a decision to make. By the way, for each one, ask this. Don't pass one up because no, it's not going to pass.
Because it makes you uncomfortable or because you're judging yourself.
My brain went to, there's certain things. I don't know if I want to know that they're draining me and bleeding my time. What does an architect do? They look for structure, safety, structure, stability, a foundation, walls, something that's not going to fall over with the wind. Let's do that with our lives.
So the third one is toxic productivity beliefs. And this is the hardest because it lives inside of you. It's that voice that tells you rest is lazy. Your worth is attached to your output. And busy means you're important. If you're not exhausted, you're not trying. And insert anyone that you've been telling yourself. These beliefs are not yours. They have been inherited. Probably from your family, society, your work, from hustle culture, capitalism, a parent who never sat down, from a world that profits when you're too tired to question things. But they are running your nervous system like malware. So let's name some common ones and offer rewrites. Your old belief might be, I have to do it all. Your new truth might be, I can do a lot of things. But not all things, not all at once, and not alone. An old belief might be rest is something you earn after productivity. Your new truth could be rest is a biological requirement. It's not a reward. Your old belief might be if I slow down, everything will fall apart. Your new truth could be, if I don't slow down, I will fall apart. Your old belief might be, saying no makes me selfish. And your new truth might be, saying yes when I mean no makes me resentful.
Ooh.
Have you experienced any and all of these, Nicole? Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's just a scale of how
Yeah.
much I experience it. Some of those are like, oh yeah, I do that frequently. Others,
Yeah.
sometimes. These rewrites, they aren't just affirmations, they're operating system updates. And updating takes practice. Every time the old belief shows up, notice it, name it. Oh, there's the rest is lazy story again. Oh, there's I gotta be busy to be important story again. Then choose the new truth. Rest is a biological requirement, or I don't have to be busy, I'm already important. The brain will resist at first. That's normal. You don't believe it yet.
Yeah.
You're going to keep saying it to yourself because what you're telling yourself is truth, not what you believed. Old neural pathways don't disappear overnight, but with repetition, the new pathways get stronger and the old ones fade. Neuroplasticity isn't magic. It's practice. We love neuroplasticity.
Yes.
And this practice is worth it because these beliefs are costing you years of your life. So let's redefine productivity, not as how much you do, but as how well you create value while staying human.
Wow. Did anybody's parents ever say that out loud to them? No. A teacher, perhaps, in school? No.
Yes. Here's the truth. When you're depleted, you're not productive. You're just busy. You're working long hours and accomplishing less. We know, we're coaches. We understand the concept of how much output you have based on how depleted you are. It's part of what we do. But you're just in motion and you're not moving forward. So how do you break that cycle?
Ooh, well, let's get some strategies. First strategy is focus over volume. Your brain cannot do 10 things well. When I was growing up, it was multitask, multitask, multitask. You know, you're not giving 100% to anything. Your brain can do 1, 2, 3 things exceptionally. So instead of a to-do list with 47 things on it, ask, what are my top 1 to 3 priorities today? Everything else is secondary. This isn't about doing less forever. It's about doing less at once. When you focus, you finish faster with better quality and less mental residue. Oh my gosh, can I tell you that I tell my 4-year-old all the time, we're putting laundry away and you could be done in 6 minutes if you just focused and did it. But now we have to hang out in your bedroom for an hour and a half because I have to keep pulling you back. I do this too as an adult. Oh my gosh. Okay, strategy number 2. You know, Nicole and I love our calendars. We're going to talk about time blocking with energy in mind. Please understand, not all hours are equal. Your brain has peak performance windows, and it's usually 2 to 4 hours after waking up, and sometimes a second window in late afternoon. Use those windows for deep work, the stuff that requires focus and creativity. Use low energy windows for admin, emails, routine tasks. Stop trying to do hard things when your brain is offline. It's almost like, duh. We want you to work with your biology, not against it.
Thank you, Jen. That is such a good line.
Yeah.
My brain's offline. Why am I trying to do the hard things?
Yeah.
I get that. Strategy 3, single tasking. We know multitasking is a myth. What you're actually doing is task switching, and every switch costs you energy. Research shows it can take up to 23 minutes to regain full focus after an interruption. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So when you're checking email during a meeting while texting about dinner, you're not being efficient. You're fragmenting your attention and depleting your brain. One thing at a time. Fully present. You'll get it done faster and better. On a side note, you'll also be a better friend.
Yes, you'll be a better everything.
Yes, you'll be a better parent.
Yes.
You'll be a better partner. You'll be a better in every role you have, because when you don't give the attention when it's needed, which, by the way, you're not fooling anybody. They know when you're not giving them full attention. Strategy 4, build in recovery intervals. Your brain can't sustain deep focus for hours. Use techniques like 25 minutes of focused work and 5-minute break. When you talk about you can't sustain deep focus for hours, I don't even think you can sustain it for an hour.
Yeah.
You've got to give your brain the time off to check out. The other option is 50 minutes on, 10 minutes off. But notice we're talking in an hour. We don't go past that hour mark. We let ourselves check out for a few minutes. If you're drinking enough water, you got to go pee anyway.
Yeah.
Go take
Every
your
hour.
break and relax. If you're not, then you need to drink more water. There you go. That'll take care of it. And the break isn't wasted time. It's when your brain consolidates what you just learned. So it's important to take it. Ideas don't come when you're grinding. They come when you're walking, showering, staring out the window. Talked about that last week. Boredom is where creativity lives.
So strategy number 5, I'm going to say, is redefine what success looks like for you. Productivity isn't about how much you do. It's about alignment. Did you create value? Did you live according to your priorities? Did you maintain your humanity in the process? Oh my gosh, how often are we losing our own humanity these days? Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is just take a nap. Maybe it's a deep conversation. Maybe it's sitting in silence, not with your phone in your hands. Let your nervous system catch up to your life. That is not laziness. That is sustainability. Let's talk about how depletion impacts our connections. Because here's the hard truth. When you're running on empty, Nicole said this earlier, you don't have bandwidth for intimacy. You're short with your partner. You're impatient with your kids. You cancel on friends. You withdraw. And then you feel guilty, which actually depletes you more. So how do we maintain relationships while we're recovering?
That's a great question. First thing we got to do, communicate. And I know we've all heard this. The most important thing in relationships is communication. But you've got to tell the people in your life what's happening. Hey, I'm in a depleted season. It's not about you. I need some space to recover, and then I'll be more present. Let people know when you're not going to be present. It's okay. Most people will understand if you're honest. The ones who don't, that's data.
Pay attention to those people.
Absolutely. I mean, there's days I will tell my husband, I am not processing the way I normally process.
Yeah.
And he appreciates because then he knows it's not him.
Yeah.
Second, let's talk about quality over quantity. You don't need to see everyone all the time. Choose a few key relationships and invest there. Yeah, what is it? 3 to 5 close friends.
Yeah.
Let some friendships be seasonal. It's okay. Third, ask for what you need. People aren't mind readers.
Hello.
Are you a mind reader? No. So no one else is either. So stop expecting them to be mind readers. If you need help, ask. If you need quiet, say it. If you need a hug, request it. The right people will want to support you.
So much yes. I tell this to my kids. If you need help, you ask. How am I supposed to know? And especially as you're growing, I don't know what you want help with or not. Can I have a hug? Yes, all day long. Okay, release relationships that constantly deplete you. I know this is hard, but if someone is constantly draining your energy, disrespecting your boundaries, or making you feel small, that relationship is contributing to your depletion. You have permission, given it to you right now, to create distance, not with cruelty, but with clarity. You can say something like, I care about you and I need to protect my capacity right now. That's not rejection. That's actually self-preservation. One of my favorite quotes is, you are not required to set yourself on fire to keep other people warm. And I regularly have to remind myself of that. I think you said it earlier in this episode. Am I saying yes out of love or out of obligation? That's a really important question.
It is very.
Yeah. We also want you to model healthy boundaries. When you protect your energy and prioritize your well-being, you are teaching the people around you, especially your kids, that it's okay to do the same. Do you notice that we try to teach our kids the things that we're not actually practicing in life? And what do you think they're going to pick up on? When you model those healthy boundaries, you're breaking generational cycles of martyrdom and burnout. Totally revolutionary. It'll change your life.
Yeah. And let's be real, healthy relationships require presence. Presence requires energy. Fill your cup first, not so it overflows onto everyone else. That's codependency. But so you can offer connection from fullness, not depletion. Let's talk about some graceful exit scripts. We're going to get real practical here. Here are actual sentences you can use when you need to back out of commitments without writing a dissertation. For ongoing commitments, I overcommitted my capacity and I need to step back so I can show up well where it matters most. I said yes too quickly. I'm going to need to release this role after this month. I care about this work, which is why I don't want to stay half present. I've used that. For meetings, I won't be able to join. Please proceed without me and share any keynotes. I don't have the bandwidth to attend live, but I can review the summary. I love bandwidth. Yes. Everyone gets it. They understand.
I used to have a really hard time saying these things out loud because I thought that it would say something about my professionalism. And COVID just threw all of that out the window. So now I'm like, don't have the bandwidth. I'll look at it later. So here's a couple for if you have personal obligations. I love you and I need a season of fewer commitments. Can we just put that on auto repeat for the people that we love? Here's another one. I'm learning to be honest about my capacity instead of powering through.
Yeah.
I want to show up fully for you, and that means fewer obligations for me right now. These are great. Okay, a couple for work. I've reassessed my workload and need to step back from this to maintain quality on my primary responsibilities. That's a great one for when your boss wants to pile on extra work because you're the one that shows up early or stays late. Another good one for work. I can't give this the attention it deserves, so I'm stepping aside rather than showing up half present. Okay, a couple text-friendly versions. I said yes too fast. I need to bow out. Easy. Or I'm tightening my schedule for a while. I can't make this one. I care about you and I need to protect my capacity right now. Or I can't commit after all. Thanks for understanding.
Yeah. Notice, no over-explaining, no apology parade, just clear, kind communication.
Yeah.
You don't owe anyone a 500-word defense of your boundaries. No is a complete sentence. And if you need a reason, because it doesn't work for me, is enough. Clarity is kinder than resentment. Most people respect honesty more than quiet burnout. And remember, you can be kind and unavailable at the same time. Let's bring this full circle with the 4 agreements, because these aren't just philosophical ideas, they're design principles for a sustainable life.
Yes, and you know Jen lives by these. So agreement number 1 must be impeccable with your word. This means saying yes when you mean yes, and no when you mean no. Say what you mean what you say. Seems easy. It means not overcommitting and then resenting it later. It means honoring truth, even when it's inconvenient for other people. Your word is your contract with yourself and the world. Please use it wisely. Agreement number 2, don't take anything personally. Neural depletion makes everything feel personal. Someone doesn't text you back, you spiral. Someone gives you feedback, you're devastated. Someone cancels, you assume they hate you. Here's the truth though. Other people's actions are about them, not you. Everyone is navigating their own depletion, their own wounds, their own story. So when you stop taking things personally, you free up enormous energy.
Absolutely. Agreement number 3, don't make assumptions. We make assumptions all day. We assume people know what we need. We assume the worst. We assume everyone sees the world the way we do. And then we're disappointed when reality doesn't match the story in our head. Assumptions create unnecessary cognitive load. Instead, ask questions, clarify, communicate directly. Don't waste energy on stories you're making up. Agreement number 4, always do your best. And here's the part people miss. Your best changes. Your best when you're rested is different from your best when you're depleted. Your best on Monday is different from your best on Friday. So many of us hold ourselves to the standard of our peak day on our worst day. That's not integrity. That's cruelty. Ooh. Doing your best means doing what you can with what you have today, Not yesterday, not tomorrow, right now in this moment.
Yeah. These agreements aren't about perfection. I practice them daily. They're about reducing unnecessary suffering. And when you're recovering from depletion, reducing suffering is literally everything. Think about this integration question. Which agreement do you violate most often? For me, it's probably agreement 2, taking things personally, and it's really making other people's moods mean something about me. Like my kid's in a bad mood. Oh my gosh, what did I do? I'm a bad mother. He's missing something. Nicole, what's yours?
Oh, it's definitely making assumptions. I think it's just because it's so natural for me to assume things that are going on, then I take them personally. So I like to incorporate multiple ones.
Yeah, see, regular practice. And it's great to identify these things because once you know your pattern, you can interrupt it. Not perfectly, not forever, just one choice at a time. So, what's your action plan? Let's create one. It's not a 47-step overhaul, just the next 6 moves.
So step 1, assess your current state on a scale of 1 to 10. Where are you right now? 1 is I'm completely depleted. I'm barely functioning. You're probably in bed listening to us if that's the case. Number 10, I'm energized, clear, and thriving. Write it down. No judgment, just data. What's your number right now? 2, identify your biggest energy leak. Look at the 3 categories we talked about: invisible labor, misaligned commitments, toxic productivity beliefs. Which one is costing you the most? Name it. Write it down. Just data, not judgment. Choose one thing to subtract is step 3. Look at your calendar and commitments. What can you remove or reduce this week? Not someday, this week. One thing.
I used to live this life where I thought I had to fill every gap and I didn't know what depletion was. What I noticed and what I felt the most bad about, which was causing additional depletion, was my lack of ability to create space for myself then spilled onto other people. I was late to appointments. I would have to cancel last minute because I couldn't fit all the things in. That's not only disrespecting myself, that's disrespecting all of the people that didn't choose to be in this situation with me, but now I'm affecting their calendar. And that's just rude. I can't do that. Okay, step 4 is protect one non-negotiable. What is that foundation piece that when you honor it, everything else gets easier? Is it your sleep? Is it a quiet morning? Is it movement? Is it your therapy? Put it on your calendar first. Treat it like a meeting with your future self. Step 5, set one boundary. Practice saying no to something that doesn't serve you. Use one of the scripts we gave you. Just one boundary. That's enough to start with. Step 6, schedule rest. Literally, put it on your calendar. 15 to 30 minutes of unstructured, non-productive time every day. It's not a reward, it's a requirement.
And that's it. Just 6 steps. Recovery from neural depletion isn't linear. You'll have good days and hard days. You'll slip back into old patterns and have to course correct. That's normal. That's human. The key is to keep coming back. Keep choosing yourself. Keep building a life that fits a human nervous system. Be your own architect.
Life by design.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So here we are. We're at the end of the Neural Load series. Episode 1, we named it Neural Depletion is Real and It's Not Your Fault. Episode 2, we gave you tools to recover, the biology, the boundaries, the breathing room. And in this episode, we showed you how to design a life where depletion is the exception, not the default. But here's what I want you to remember most. You are not a machine. You are a living, breathing human with limits. And those limits aren't weaknesses, they're biology. It's your body's way of protecting you.
Jen, what are your takeaways?
Wow. In all of our episodes, Nicole, naming a thing that we really needed to know way back then. I get really resentful at education. This could have been its own class for half of a semester in high school. I love this series. I think it names something that we all experience in different ways. I really like how we're asking folks to name it. I think naming the things that are depleting us the most is the most straightforward way to help ourselves move forward. The ability to say, okay, I now recognize what this is and I can do something about it. I think that's empowering. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. I would agree with you. I think these episodes, what I love about them is they create the structure for, okay, here's where you are. This is what's actually happening. And you go, oh, that's what's happening. But then where's the structured path to go out of that? And we just did it. It's the path to create a better life. Not all at once. You could do just one or two of these things. Maybe you just don't understand where your energy is leaking and you go for that first. Or you go into the, let me look at my calendar. What really doesn't need to be mine here? Or what's happening that's not in my calendar, or what needs to be added to my calendar. The direction you go is your choice. We've given you structure to say, here's the path to a better life. I love having the pathway.
Yeah.
This has been great.
Hopefully y'all take this and do something, because how many times does somebody sit in front of me and say, I'm screwing it up with my kids because I'm working too much, because I haven't created the boundaries, because I haven't decided that I'm going to choose this way over that way. I love how it puts it front and center. And now you get the choice. You get to decide. Okay, questions.
You want to go first? You always want to go first.
I mean, I don't know why.
I think it's cute.
Okay.
I'd rather answer first. Then I'm done. I'm off the hot seat.
You have to go on a road trip. I know you like to travel. From San Diego to Maine.
Okay.
You have to take 3 people. Who are they?
Oh, well, I would take my husband. I would take my dad. And then I would take, who would be the third? These have to be alive people? I didn't even ask you. Then I would take both my dads.
Aww.
Even the one that's gone. Because that would be the best. Yeah, that's who I would take.
Fun. Now, why? Because Tim makes the best salads and he's your best friend.
If I go somewhere and Tim's not with me, I'm like, oh my gosh, Tim would love this. So there's that. We've traveled many times with my parents and it's just such a fun experience. I was thinking about my kids, but they have their own lives and I couldn't take them away from their partners and they're kind of doing their thing. So my parents are just fun to vacation with. And now most of the time we vacation, like we're going to be to New Zealand and Australia. That's why we're taking the break. We're going to tell you all you listeners about in a minute. And we're having Davey come and meet us while we're in Australia.
Aww.
For a week of the month that we're there. So we vacation with him a lot. And we just have fun. He's easy to vacation with. And some people aren't. I know. Interesting experiences vacationing with people I know. And
that's like, why this isn't a fun question.
Yeah.
Who would you not take? Don't name them out loud.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that out loud on a podcast. I decline to answer. All right. My question for you is, would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into your own future or 10 minutes into the future of anyone but yourself?
Probably anyone but myself.
Oh.
Yeah, because I know myself. I would watch that 10 minutes and I'd be like, I need 10 more. Now I got to think about it. And then I would like every minute of my presence, I'd be like, well, should I change it? Should I do the thing? My dad watches a Penn and Teller magic show with my kids. And they always go, Grandpa, can we watch magic? And half of the magic tricks are mental. And they go, okay, choose this. Are you sure? Do you want to change it? Like, that's how I would live if I saw 10 minutes of my life. I'd be like, am I sure? Do I want to change it? Am I sure? I couldn't live anymore. I'd be questioning literally everything. And so I know enough about myself that says, anybody else, I don't care. Nobody I know though, like random off the street, I'd be like, oh, I got 10 minutes of your future. Wouldn't you want to know? Like, I don't even think I could do it about my kids because I would also start, oh my gosh, am I doing it right? But what 10 minutes? Now I'm deciding which 10 minutes do I get to decide, Nicole? Now I have more questions.
No, I think you get to see 10 minutes into the future at any time of anyone but yourself. But then the problem is, would you just be living 10 minutes in the future instead of living in the moment you're in? See, that would be the difficulty. That's why I gave you that, because I knew it was tricky.
Tricky. Yeah, I say somebody else's and then I just have to like not know them.
There you go. There you go. Our culture will tell you to push through, hustle harder, optimize every moment, but we're telling you that's a lie. That path leads to depletion, burnout, and disconnection from everything that makes life worth living. The real work, the brave work, is to slow down, to rest, to say no, to disappoint people sometimes. It's okay to choose your well-being over their expectations. That's radical in a world that profits from your exhaustion. So please, be gentle with yourself. You didn't get depleted overnight, and you won't recover overnight, but you will recover one boundary at a time, one rest period at a time, one intentional choice at a time.
And remember, you're not alone in this. We're right here with you. We're navigating the same challenges, making the same mistakes, learning the same lessons. That's why this podcast is called Lessons of the Journey, because we are all on this journey together. If this series helped you, share it with someone who thinks they just need a little more grit, because they don't. They need permission to be human, and they need tools that work with their nervous system, not against it.
Yeah, and before we close, let's leave you with 3 questions to sit with. Number 1, what would your life look like if you designed it for a human nervous system instead of a production machine? Number 2, what would become possible if you stopped trying to prove your worth through exhaustion? And number 3, who would you be if you gave yourself permission to rest? You don't have to answer these today. Just let them percolate. Your nervous system already knows the answers. Before we go, Jen and I are actually practicing what we preach. We're taking a 3-week hiatus to recharge and do some traveling. We'll be back in your ears soon, hopefully with fully restored nervous systems and some new stories to share. We need the breaks too, you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Write your lines with passion, let your spirit freely roam. The lessons of your journey